Solids, Liquids and Gases by kscience.com. Particle diagrams can be used to understand substances when they are solids, liquids, or gases. The circles represent particles. Particles are just really small things such as atoms, molecules, or ions. Even though particle diagrams are very simple, we can use them to understand the arrangement of particles, the movement of particles, the energy that a substance stores, and the forces between the particles. In this video, we're going to learn in detail how the particles in solids, liquids, and gases are arranged, how the particles move, the energy stored in these different states, and how strong the forces are between the particles. In solid particle diagrams, the particles are drawn in straight lines and they're close together. This is because the particles in solids have a regular arrangement where there is a repeating pattern. The term used to describe this is a lattice structure. A lattice structure is used to describe any solid where the particles have a regular arrangement in a regular repeating pattern. The particles are close together. This diagram shows how they're very close and cannot be pushed any closer together. In solids, the movement is by vibrating in a fixed position. These lines around the particles are movement lines, and they show how the particles are vibrating. The word fixed means particles cannot freely move. This is because there are strong forces holding the particles together, and these strong forces are between the particles. And overall, solids have low energy. Out of solids, liquids, and gases, they have the lowest amount of energy. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. In liquid particle diagrams, the particles are drawn in random places and they are close together. This is because the particles in liquids have a random arrangement and are close together. In a liquid, the particles are able to freely move around each other. We can see this on the particle diagram as shown by the movement lines. There are more movement lines in a liquid than a solid. The particles are able to move because there are weak forces between the particles. This allows the particles to be free to move. A liquid has more energy than a solid, allowing the particles to move around each other. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. In gas particle diagrams, the particles are drawn in random places with space in between them. This is because the particles in a gas have a random arrangement, they're far apart, and there's space in between the particles. The particles move in all directions and they move very quickly as shown by the movement lines. Gases have the most movement lines compared to solids, liquids, and gases, as the particles in gases move the quickest. In gases, we say the forces between the particles are negligible. Negligible is a word used to describe something that's very low or very insignificant, but there is a tiny amount there. So another way to describe the forces between the particles in gases is very weak. Gases have the most energy out of the three states of matter, which is why the forces between the particles are weakest, and which is why the particles move quickly in all directions. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. Pause now and use the keywords from the video to complete the table. The answers will follow. Pause the video here to practice the keywords. The answers will follow. Press pause to answer the questions. The answers will follow. If stuck, just rewatch the video. Press pause to go through your answers and make any corrections to your mistakes. And don't forget to visit kscience.com for more videos, worksheets and quizzes at kscience.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe.